decent person as far as like, you know, she only targets like, you know, shitty fucking people. And then, you know, of course, you know, I'm not going to sit here and bullshit you and tell you like a few people didn't come to me and was like, hey, blah, 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 you know, and I don't know. I was that dumbass that was like, well, you know, I didn't really believe them, you know, because what I seen, you know, being on the phone with her, all kinds of stuff like that, you know, she seemed like a decent person, you know. Long story short, you know, this friendship went on for almost a year. And then when the friendship fell apart, it fell apart because I started finding out about what she was doing behind the scenes. The manipulation that she was doing to me was fucking wild. Like I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like it's this far down the road now, so I'll just admit it. Like I felt so fucking embarrassed, you know, to allow somebody to manipulate you like that, to make you look that fucking stupid, you know. The fact that she was able to convince me that she had cancer, and look, I don't know jack shit about cancer or hospitals or anything like that. My intelligence level on that is not extremely high, so a lot of people even kind of said there were red flags with, you know, some of the shit she was saying about having cancer and stuff. But I was over here, I'm like, well, she just said she had to go to the hospital, you know. She said she's throwing up blood, you know. She said that she's in the hospital. She's not doing good. She's on oxygen, you know, and times like this, I'd be on the phone with her like round the clock, you know, making sure she's okay. And it was times like that when I was on the phone with her around the clock, she would also be, you know, sitting right there on another device, trolling the shit out of somebody, talking about their kids, making nasty, vile comments. And, you know, I thought I knew her because, you know, going, you know, trying to call out scammers and stuff like that. You know, I kind of learned her little, you know, pattern that she does, you know. I thought that was the case, but truthfully, she pretty much had like this riz over here with what she was doing around me, and then she'd switch the game up, you know, when she'd start doing other stuff. So when people would come to me and they're like, this is Nicole, and I'm like, well, that's not Nicole, you know, and fucking stupid of me, you know, like, but
Yo, it's crazy how she met two people who are different.
yeah, no, she's not sick. She's absolutely not sick. She's 100%, 1,000% not sick. She has no sickness, zero sickness. She ain't even got a stomach virus.
Only thing she suffers from is her health, but that's her problem, and it's a weight problem.
Hold please. Yes, she is. She is absolutely sick. Sicker than a damn dog in the head.
I'm talking physically, not mentally. Yeah. Physically,
Right. No,
physically, she has no cancer. She has no nothing, anything like that. This woman told me that she drove. She told me one day, she's like, yeah, I'm just got my new BMW. I'm out driving it. No, she drives a fucking little red beater ass car, and she looks like fucking who is Rasputia riding around in it. But anyways, I digress.
I know.
You know, it's crazy to see like the manipulation that she does, and after like, you know, what she did to me, looking at what everybody else had told me, looking at what she's still continued to do over the years, and then seeing like the shit that she did on Facebook and stuff way before TikTok. I mean, it's a fucking like, that's who she is. She's not ever gonna change. People think she is. And just like when she decided to start attacking me, at first I kept my mouth shut. I let it happen. I wasn't going to engage until she accused me of graping her, you know, and I never met this woman in my life.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
She was doing all this shit like backdoor, you know, late at night. She'd jump in lives and talk about how she just wanted me to get better and get clean and this and that. And
Crazy.
yeah, sorry, I'm right by the 4-lane. But anyway, so she would do all that, and you know, I wasn't entertaining it or whatever. But when she went and said that, I was like, all right, I'm gonna step up now. And then the second I started firing back at her, then the waterworks came. The tears started coming. the oh woe is me, the victim mentality, you know, everybody's so mean to me and I'm just doing this, blah, 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 you know. And she fucking harassed me for months, like making 30,000 text now numbers, blowing my shit up, fucking sending me paragraphs, calling me, leaving me. I still got voicemails from her. I still got voicemails, you know, and I mean, I just never entertained it, you know, and yeah, eventually it, you know, well, no, it never stopped. I mean, she left a comment on my shit about a week ago, but
Yeah, no, it doesn't stop. She finds somebody else, and then it continues. And yo, it's crazy
it,
how much our stories are identical.
yeah, and just know she will never fully 1,000% stop harassing people, especially if like me, for instance, you know, she'll slow down, she'll get tired of it after a little while, and you may catch a break, but then I guess, you know, I don't know, she may find herself bored one night and she'll run. She still harasses people that I know that came to me before I even met her. She still harasses them, accusing them of being like chomos and all kinds of stuff. Like that's her go-to, you know. I mean, she's a nasty, vile individual, and at the end of the day, like, I could never understand how somebody could bash people like she does and in the way she does and look the way she does and be as, like, bottom of the barrel as she is, like, pot calling the kettle black, you know?
What? What?
Yeah.
I'm behoofed. Is the word that I am. Is I'm behoofed.
So a lot of people have tried to take legal action and stuff. I've actually ever known one individual that was actually able to have her served, you know. But I don't know exactly. You know, it's got a lot to do with the simple fact that, you know, if you call the police, you know, you got to get your state's law enforcement involved and then her state's law enforcement involved. It's got to be enough to get them to go over there. And then even if they go over there, you know, she's that type, you know, she's not going to answer the door, you know. She's you know, she's like Mac in a sense, but, you know, she's got her own
She's
little...
her own beast.
Yeah, yeah. You know.
She's her own beast. I
When
promise.
did you hear anything about the deceased loved ones that she goes after?
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, that's something she's done for a long time. If she wants to, she will try and find anything she can to trigger you, and she knows for a fact that kids will do it. She knows that deceased loved ones will do it. Heck, if you're a dog lover, you know, love dogs more than humanity, she's coming after your dog.
She's calling animal control.
Or chickens.
Yeah, I mean, it's
coming after my chickens.
She knows no boundaries, you know. She knows no limits. And she thinks that's a cool and funny and good thing, and it's not. Like, it's disgusting. But again, where I get just all giddy about it and cracked up about it is the fact that you can sit here and bash people and tell people you need to get off the internet, but like your entire life you've never been successful at anything, you've never accomplished shit, you haven't even like got anything to brag about, and you feel like you can tell people that their lives are, you know, meaningless or unvaluable and that they have no accomplishments and they need to get off the internet and focus on themselves. So she projects, you know, it's a 100% projection. She's so miserable with her life that she projects it off onto others. You know, she's not going to get help. She's not going to change. And she's going to continue becoming a leech that sucks off the fucking people to have friends, because she can't make friends on her own.
Look, I'm going to tell you this. I will keep doing this every fucking day until I feel like I've reached my goal. Every single day. She does not like this attention.
Oh,
This, if you noticed, she's walked away from the internet a little bit. Not much.
I'm right there with
She
you.
did that with me too. She claimed to have walked away, and in the meantime, she may have took a day or two off, for her mental health, or whatever.
She just got on a backup account.
Yeah, I mean, she comes back. She comes back, and then she does the same thing, and she starts the waterworks, and she makes little. She'll make up to about 3 or 4 videos that, my health and why are people mean to me, and she'll get a whole bunch of people in the comments, talking about how beautiful she is, and just how it sometimes we just all need to take breaks and stuff. And that's what she does. That's how she keeps a little bit of attention. Because y'all ever seen that movie It? At the end of the movie where the clown's like super big, and they're like, if we don't pretend like he's big, what will happen? And they stop believing in him, and he shrivels up and blows away. I mean, that's fucking her. That's her. Because whether it's good attention or bad attention, attention's attention to her, and that's all she is. She's attention seeking, and it's like the worst form that she has. She has the world's worst fucking form of it.
And that's, I'm going to piggyback off what you said just now, is that she is like, her personality and the way that she acts reminds me of a serial unaliver. The ones that get famous for all the horrible shit that they do? Not really famous, but you still got to talk about it because you can't not fucking talk about it.
Yeah.
That's Nicole.
Yeah. She reminds me of Gypsy Rose's mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she's and what's and I can sit here all day and I can tell you the bad things about her. I can't tell you any good things about her. And that's where, like, I've just stopped really getting involved over the years because, people are like, well, she could be good. She could be good. And she can't. She absolutely can't. And I wish that was true, because there are individuals out there who just, they're in a bad spot in their life, or maybe just they've had some shitty things done to them, and they've kind of fallen into a dark place, and maybe with, the right amount of like help, whatever, but she definitely taught me that not everybody can be saved, and not everybody has a good side. There are those select few that really are just nasty, vile pieces of shit that honestly you just need to hurry up and reach their end. And,
because 98% of us, I was just going to say me and you don't deserve this, but 98% of us don't deserve what she does to us. 98%. Me and you were actually her friend.
Yeah, 1,000%.
I would have been her friend forever if she, like, real talk, forever. But I started seeing exactly what you said. I thought she could be a good person. But when I realized that she couldn't, I had to go. Because every day I wake up trying to be a better person than I was yesterday. And I realized that she couldn't do that. And I'm not trying to be that bird that flies with the rest of these birds.
Absolutely. And I'll be the first one to tell you, I mean, am I a good person? I mean, I try to be. I do. Have I done some fucked up shit in my life? Absolutely. Ain't nobody perfect. And anybody who tries to sit there and say that they are, 1,000%. But with people like me, with people like you, with your average individual in life, you can see they can honestly, acknowledge, like, okay, this is some fucked up shit. She can't do that. She won't do that. She doesn't care to do that. She will never apologize for anything she's done. And if she doesn't apologize, I promise you, and it's apology.
You don't mean it.
Yeah, if she does apologize, I guarantee you that she's going to continue doing what she's doing, but she's apologized to you, so she's going to hang around you like y'all are friends, but she's still going to keep doing what she's doing to you, and you're not even going to know it's her.
People say all the time, oh, Nicole owns her shit. She owns her shit. She owns it for y'all to stay around a little longer.
She owns
she's
her
not
shit.
owning it.
No, she owns her shit because she wants to own it. She wants everybody to know about it because she's not sad about it. She's proud of it.
No, I'm talking about the times where she has apologized for doing something. That's just to keep people, it's manipulation. It's just to keep people around a little bit longer.
She will turn around, okay, she'll be like, I've apologized to this person and we're cool. And she will sit in a live with them, okay, while she's talking and have another device in her hand reporting you and trolling you.
Right?
You know, at like 1,000%.
Yep.
That's what I said. So I said she's worried about everybody's addiction, but her addiction is food and the internet. Like, you're worried about me and what I do. When I realize when it becomes a problem in my life, I get rid of it, right? I get rid of that shit. But where's your accountability that you're addicted to this fucking internet?
Yeah, she has no. There will never be accountability with her. That this is what I tried to tell people for the longest. Now, of course, people aren't really going to listen, and they're not going to believe, and they're going to think they can be saviors. I mean, I had that savior mentality myself, so I don't knock it, you know. But there will never, ever, ever be a time where she's going to be able to like be on here and be just normal, you know. There's not a
No,
time where she's
it's
not
over.
gonna fucking. She will always fall back into the person she is. She can throw up a smoke screen for a little while and make you believe that she's working on herself and she's working to be better. But truthfully, all she's doing is all she has to do just to get people to stop attacking her.
Yep.
So if everybody didn't get it, OD was James before James was.
A thousand.
And I am the
There were
OD
people before
after.
me. Yeah, and there was people before me.
And there's going to be people after me.
What we need to do is everybody, even from the past especially, bring the motherfuckers forward. That's
Look
how I
at-
feel.
The next James, the next OD, I will make
sweet
sure that
Sala.
I reach out to and send everything that I got to this person to make sure that I'm going to try my hardest to make sure nobody has to be put in a situation that me and OD and even Mac, because like yo, she abused him as well.
Fuck Mac.
Fuck
Now,
that.
I say fuck him too. I don't. Look. I say fuck him too. But again, this is
He deserved
another
it.
person that had to create some crazy shit. He had to kill himself on the internet to get away from her. Scala's not next. Scala's not next.
You don't think so?
Scala is not.
Yeah. Just like Mac. That's why I say, James, I would not ever put Mac in that category, because at the end of the day, just like Scala, Mac's that type where he wants to entertain that shit. At the end of the day, Mac's energy just could not meet Nicole's, so he had to
Right.
fucking do what he had to do.
Okay.
For
I
somebody
agree with
who entertains that shit and tries to, you know, well, my foot's bigger than yours kind of fucking scenario or whatever, that shit, like no, like keep
I
that
got
open.
it.
Now
No.
the people who truly genuinely was just like, I don't care how ugly, how big, how disgusting like looking you are, whatever, like I still want to be your friend because like, I care about people kind of thing, and to get done up like they do, that kind of individuals, 1,000%, yeah, those kinds of individuals like me, individuals like you, yes, we have
Yeah.
our flaws.
Now, I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you.
Yeah.
You're that. This is why I like having you around, because like yo, it's you tell it easier and more effortlessly than I can.
Yeah.
Right.
And when I get stumbled up, like you can correct me right there. Like you just did.
1,000, yeah. Like
It's
I
pretty
told
bad
you,
when you guys haven't even met each other and can finish each other's sentence when it comes to Nicole.
I knew this day. Look, I knew I was going to be able to do this. Whenever I first seen, after mine and Nicole's deal, she had a few people where she was trying. It was such and such wife, and then when I seen James, violation warning, your live.
Oh,
I got
course.
harassment and bullying just now. He's going, guys. I'm going to grab my other account. I'll be right back.
Hold on.
You want me to? Do I need to reset?
I'll just stay here. I'm gonna go get my protected account. I'll be right back.
All right. If he gets a protected account, does that protect me too? Ask him for a friend. I need somebody get me a protected account. I need a protected account. I need a protected account. Yo, hang on.
He is coming. Close.
That's up to the guys. Do you want AP up too?
Oh, I don't care.
You good?
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay. Hang on.
I will fucking dog walk you on this goddamn account, you fat, wallered out fucking bitch.
Hey, wait. We're on my account.
Good stinking pussy hoe.
Hey, oh, please.
Behave, this is my main. I can't get this no more
Hog
than
head cheese having ass bitch.
You sloppy body. Yo, you had the nerve to call May May a fucking upside down melted ice cream cone, and you're shaped like a flick booger.
you sloppy waffle crusty butt.
That doesn't protect me, though. Wait a minute.
Just watch what you say.
Wait a minute.
Just watch what you say.
Hey,
Pull it back. We pulling it back.
hey,
No,
AP,
I'm talking about
do you sit in the box with bullet looking ass?
Oh, wait. So does your protected account protect everyone?
no, but what I say goes for my account. What James says goes for his account, you know.
All right, I'm gonna be
I'm
nice.
only accountable for me.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
Listen.
And even if she gets yours down because of anything we do, you'll win your appeal. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
But look, we driving around in the whip. If you got a weapon in the vehicle, it's yours. If I got a weapon in the vehicle, it's mine. I don't care where they find it.
Unless you're Mac.
Oh.
Then it's Izzy's.
You know what? Do we not? He need to have another celebration of life here.
All right. So back to what we were saying. Like,
Ask him for a friend.
she's gonna continue the way she continues. And whenever I seen James, getting close to her and stuff, I told everybody that was close to me, I was like, watch, I'm telling you, she's going to do him the same way. Because I could see James and tell, like, he wasn't a bad individual, like, and then that day I seen him jump up in Kane's live and was kind of talking about her. I was like, yeah. So I hit Kane up and I was like, hey, hit James up, tell him I want to holler at him. Because I knew, like, but one thing I learned, and this is just, this is what I've learned, and, with my journey I've been on with, bettering myself in life and focusing on me, I can't have that savior complex no more. And when it comes to Nicole, it's 1,000%. 99% of people have to find out on their own. Like,
there was a time when I wouldn't have listened to you at all. So I'm glad you didn't pull up on me, because there was a time that I wouldn't have listened.
And I knew that, and I knew it'd been me just wasting my breath. And what would end up happening is I would have told you this, and then you probably would have told her that I told you this, and then she would have started attacking me again. And at the end of the day, I mean, she can attack me now all she wants, because like my life on this internet has completely zeroed out. Like, I scroll TikTok, I hardly ever post anymore. I've got less than maybe 2-3 people that I talk to on a regular basis. And when I say a regular basis, I'm referring to like once a week, once every other week. Like, I don't give two fucks about the internet no more. I don't care what she says or what she tries to do. I don't care if she takes accounts. I don't care whatever. I really, truly, I'm at peace. So I really, truly don't care.
Yo, look it. Let me tell you, like, I am so more at, like, I'm not where I want to be yet, right? But I am so much better than I was a couple months ago. Like, she had me so depressed. When I tell you, as big as she is, that's the weight that was on my chest. And I couldn't get off the couch in the morning. I was no good to my family while I was a friend to her. I gave her everything that I had.
Absolutely. Look, so how me and her fell out, the very, like to detail how we fell out. So I was already started, like, it took me months to finally, like, really pull away from her, because Like I would start getting a little distant, and then there would be an issue. There would be an issue, and she'd get all fucking pissy, and I'm like, well, this bitch is gonna fucking like try and do this to me or that to me, whatever. And then she grabbed a hold to Karma. You know, she lashed a hold onto Karma, and she was going live with him, and she was entertaining with him. So I started focusing on work and with me and stuff. But I was working in Iowa, and I remember the day that everything finally just come to a head. I was at work. She's blowing my phone up. She's accusing me of relapsing and being back on drugs and stuff because I wasn't on the phone with her 24/7. And I don't know. I'd have to look back. I may still have the fucking messages and the video that I sent her telling her, like, while I was at work, I'm walking carrying scaffold material. And I'm like, I don't have time to be on the phone with you all the fucking time anymore. Like, I am focusing on me. Like, this is my job. I work fucking 12 to 16 hours a day. Like I can't be on the phone with you like I used to be when I have to focus on me. I can't lose this fucking job and shit, you know? Well, I ended up losing that job because, being on the phone and being on the phone with her. And, anyway, so when that happened, I fell into fucking a real dark, depressive state. And she didn't stop. She kept coming at me. And then she was going to, my closest and dearest friends, telling them that I had, fell off the wagon and this and that. And they were calling and asking me and shit. Now I got no job. All kinds of shit. And yeah, so I ended up relapsing then, around that time. And I struggled. I went to North Dakota to work on an oil rig, got my arm crushed, ended up getting on prescription meds for my shoulder, ended up relapsing and shit. And, it's been a struggle. So I finally went to rehab and stuff for the first time in years, and I learned a lot in that motherfucker. Last year, I was in a dark fucking place, I was in a dark place being her friend. I was in an even darker place when I stopped being her friend, and I realized that my life was more important than anybody, else. And so, I mean, yeah, I started focusing on me and stuff. But the shit she does to people, the shit she did to me, it's disgusting, And I do still to this day feel very, I feel like a shit person for ever vouching for her, because I do have a decent sized platform, but I had an even bigger community that had an ear for anything I said, and I feel like I feel like I how do I say it? I feel like by putting my voice for hers, that I betrayed my entire community. And yeah, people have forgiven me, some people, but deep down, I don't know if I could ever forgive myself for that, to bring such a horrible, disgusting individual into anybody's, limelight.
I was listening. I was watching. Somebody had clipped one of Nicole's lives, and I'm laying there, and because I don't watch her lives at all anymore.
Yeah.
But somebody had clipped it, and it was a video on their page, and I was listening to her talking wild, and my son walks up and says, "Dad, who's Nicole talking to?" Like that. I said,
Yeah.
"No what?" I said, "Nobody, baby. She's talking to." I said, "She's talking to herself." He said, "She shouldn't talk to herself like that. That's not nice." I could never in my life ever. I will never in my life ever bring anybody in my circumference to where my son gets to know them and they turn out to be like this. Like this is a lesson learned. This is a lesson learned. And I'm so glad that I got to listen to OD tell his story, because he's telling my story too. And I know that, like, yo, I spent 8 to 9 months over there with her, but like, yo, the next 8 to 9 months are going to be so much greater.
Look, look, I made the worst parenting mistake of my life when it came to Nicole. I really did. I regret it to this day, and I have put forth the energy, the effort to never do that again. But like I said, my youngest called her Aunt Nicole. He'd be sitting there. He wants to call and talk to her. You know, he just wants to talk to her. He wants to show her his new toy. You know, whatever the case may have been. And when everything happened and stuff, for about a week there, he kept asking. He's like, you know, where's Aunt Nicole? Can I talk to Aunt Nicole? And finally, I just had to tell him that she died. You know, I was just like, she died, bro. I'm sorry.
Oh,
And, and that's crazy. That's crazy that's what you had to do in a relationship with your son.
Yeah.
That is nuts. That, like, this is like, yo, yeah, real talk. She is the dirtiest person I've ever met in my life.
But again, on my in my journey that I've been on, and you know, not dealing with any of this dumb shit, you know, I can sit here and blame, you know, Nicole if I want for that aspect, but deep down it was my fault. I even introduced him to her.
Facts.
It was my fault that I made friends with somebody that wouldn't ever turn their camera on. But you know, I was like, you know, if I had cancer and I was bald and you know,
I want everybody to see me.
you know, well, no, I mean, I wouldn't want nobody to see me. You know,
I
like
would.
thinking
I
about
would.
thinking about in a woman's aspect. You know, you would
Vanity.
feel like
Vanity. I get it.
women would be insecure about that. So I'm just over here like, I mean, maybe she doesn't want to turn her camera on. You know, maybe that's why. You know,
Vanity. But look at, now that we know who she is and the type of person she is, she uses people's stories as sympathy. If she really had cancer, she would want us to see it.
yeah.
Knowing who she is today, if she had cancer, she would want us to see it.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know, you would believe, you would think eventually, even having cancer, you know, looking back now that I'm out of the toxicity of it, and I can actually see clearly. You know, yeah, at some point in time, yeah, she should have turned her camera on. But again, all I
Hey,
can do is blame myself. And
AOD,
tell y'all what I know, huh?
look at my screen.
Oh yeah. I've seen plenty faces of her since, you know,
It's
everything.
the,
But
it's the penguin from Batman.
you know, all I can do is blame myself for being your friend and being so just dumb, I guess you could say. You
That's
know?
where I was. That's where I was wrong. Like, I've asked where I was wrong in this situation, but right there, what you're saying, that's where I was wrong.
Yeah. Like I was dumb to believe what I believed, and